Hi there and welcome back to Japan. That's right, I'm back. Thank you for everyone who checked out that live stream I did earlier today. It was the first live stream I've ever done for the channel or for anything, and it broke down due to bad signal after about 16 minutes, but we discussed some nice ideas and I told you that I'm back, and there is a lot of stuff still from Korea that I am going to have to post because there's some really interesting things that happened out there. But anyway, for today, when I came back to Japan, unfortunately I've had really big internet problems since getting back, which is partly what affected that live stream, and I've had also problems with posting videos that have all been blocked. So, you know, I thought, okay, I need to start getting some videos on. There's been 2 days, no videos have gone down, and I thought, well, you know, I'm going through the BABYMETAL album tracks, trying to basically get to the point where I've listened to every single BABYMETAL song on this channel so I can give my top 10, it's gone up from top 5 to top 10 now, my top 10 before the new album comes out, and they still didn't have a release date from what I was seeing online today, so I thought I'd dive in and do that. So I've lined up, there's actually 4 songs on the most recent BABYMETAL album in a row that I haven't listened to, so I'm going to be posting those 4 reactions, starting with this one, Amore, or Amore, I don't know how Italian we're going with this. I will be posting those in a row tonight and tomorrow, depending on what your time zone is, but in the next few hours you're going to be getting all 4 of those, hopefully. Internet. So this is it. I've really been enjoying them. This the most recent BABYMETAL album has had a lot of surprises on it and it's been brilliant, but BABYMETAL as a general always seem to have some good surprises in them. So let's check this out. This is Amore, or Amore. I'm just guessing it's Amore because there's no accent thing. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, and I am just going for the audio studio, I think, recordings, because of the internet problems. Amore. This is like pop anime intro anthem. It's a nice riff, it's got a lot of depth, you've got a very high up solo-y bit and a lot of deep sounds, a lot of depth to that bit. Really kinetic bit of instrumental. I love how this melody moves. It's got like sections. It's not just a simple verse, chorus, it's moves in like a really anthemic and melodic way. It's brilliant. It's got this sort of sweet, cute, wistful sort of melody to it, which is working really well, but somehow it's balancing quite nicely with that over-the-top instrumental stuff. Nice little production shift up there. Gonna throw it into the last chorus now, aren't they? Even a key change. That was an interesting one. That was actually a really interesting one to listen to. Straight off the bat, there's some things I really want to compliment about that, but there are also, I point out that this is a mixture of good things and maybe some things that I would pick holes in. As you guys know, I'm guessing you're probably fairly regular to this channel if you're here now. The whole point is we don't just kiss ass, we also say what we think. Honestly. So on the good side, let's cover the fact that, I mean, obviously these are album tracks I'm listening to in this particular batch, and so as an album track we can't maybe sort of push it to say, oh, this has to be the best BABYMETAL song ever, but it did have a fantastic melody. I really love the melody. That was kind of the core of the song. It did keep around that. The melody kind of it had lots of sections. It was a lengthy melody. It wasn't like a short repeat thing, which sometimes some of the BABYMETAL songs on this album do seem to have those short choruses where you go through and you repeat the same thing, and it's very catchy, but perhaps not the most taxing thing melodically. I know they have some very complicated songs on this album, but you know, just evening it out. This one, it was quite a long and complicated melody, very sort of anthemic, like I say, had a almost classical feel, but it was the fact that it was a big enough melody that they could sort of use it as the core of the song, and it didn't get tiresome. I did like the, like I say, I liked the fact there was a balance between having that almost, it was so wistful and so emotional in that sort of grandiose way that you'd expect from like a J-pop anime theme tune, that it kind of gave me that feel, and it reminded me a bit of, I think about 10 or 15 years ago, there was that point when, I mean, they might still do it, but I don't really pay too much attention to anime theme tunes, but, you know, occasionally I come across them, and there's a couple of artists I was listening to at the time who were doing a lot of them, and it did seem to be this phase where, like, every time someone did like a J-pop song in that ilk, they'd come out with a house remix of it, and the house remix almost always included a strangely like double time beat and some like really cheesy synth stuff, and this kind of felt almost like a metal embodiment of that. It's like you've got a big wistful anime theme tune style melody going on, but then underneath it you've put this double time heavy metal backing. And yeah, I mean, I know I've sometimes said, and I do stick by this, but sometimes the overuse of double kick can get a little bit tiresome. Here it was such a contrast what the backing was doing by comparison to the melody, that in a way they kind of balanced each other out to a certain degree. I would argue that you know, that the flip side of that is because the song pretty much throughout kept to this concept of backing is really fast and hard, melody is really soft and melodic and wistful. That did kind of mean that although at any moment in the song it had a fantastic balance between the foreground and the background, over the life of the song, which was nearly 5 minutes, it did start to get a little bit like, I know when it ended, the fact that the chorus came to its natural end, the last chorus, and then there was a little bit instrumental afterwards, and I do remember, I don't know if you can see it, if you rewind you might be able to see it on my face, just as that little bit of extra instrumental came off after the last chorus. I was just kind of thinking, yeah, okay, no, it really should end by now. It's, you know, milking this one a bit too much. Because the instrumental was, like I say, this is one of those things, like a snapshot of any second of it is fantastic. You know, it's a really well balanced song. I like the way the arrangement sounds, but it doesn't have much change to what it's doing over its length from start to finish. So yeah, good song. For an album track, it's fantastic, and I also think it does another thing that an album track does, should do very well, which is it contrasts a lot to some of the singles on this album. I mean, I don't think this is a single as far as I'm aware. I'd be very surprised if I find out it is. I didn't see any music video for it as well. But the interesting thing is that you know, there's no other song that I've heard yet on this album, and I've now almost heard the entire album. There's no other song on this album that seems to use that formula that I can remember. So again, it's another example of BABYMETAL, you know, doing something, you know, making the album's mixture, you know, tapestry of different things, so you don't feel like one song could be negated by the existence of another one on the album. So I really like that. Like I say, there's a few sort of small things that stop it from being perfect, but things that I can't really hold as criticisms because they are part of just the makeup of how that song is designed and what makes it interesting and what makes it different from a lot of the other songs on the album. I just think that maybe for the fantastic melody, it plays all of its cards very soon and then sticks around for quite a long while, and thank God for that great melody and just how much kinetic energy there is behind it, because that does at least make it an enjoyable listen. But I don't think that would stand up to too many re-listens because, like I say, the melody's now well embedded in your head, and there's only so much of furious, constant double kicks without anything much to contrast them that you can really take. So, yeah, good album track. Really liked it. I'll be interested to see if that gets in the top 10. I don't think so, but you know, like I say, I said on re-listens it might not work. Who knows, it might actually grow on me a bit more as time goes on. But like I say, for now, good album track, glad I've listened to it. And now that we've done that, I shall be moving on to the next song, which is I think I can't quite see it, slightly obscured by the recording software, but I think it's Taro. So hang around. If I haven't posted it already, then you're very quick on these videos, but it will be posted very soon. You check that out, and I'll be doing that and a couple more songs in this album. So for now, from Japan, ciao.